folks, welcome back to Viper Island. 2025 is shaping up to be huge for G.I. Joe fans, and the lineup has us hyped. But here's the twist. Hasbro's announced significant delays for the 2025 lineup. Naturally, this will become a major talking point throughout the upcoming new year. Don't worry though, we've got your six. We'll be diving into every figure, reveal, and release to keep you entertained and informed all year long. Whether it's first impressions, detailed reviews, or just geeking out over what's to come, we've got plenty to talk about during any slow patches, so let's at least have some fun while we wait. So far, the 2025 lineup is filled with some iconic characters and some interesting wildcards. Here's what we know so far. Coming our way in 2025, we've got Blowtorch, Footloose, Darklon, Frag Viper, Snake Eyes version 4, Crystal Ball, the radioactive Snake Eyes and Polar Bear, more mass device tie-ins. Then get ready for nostalgia overload with these must-have throwbacks from the retro card line. Cobra Viper, Dr. Mindbender, Rock and Roll, Flint, Covergirl, Televiper, and Breaker. Then for the collectors who want it all, there will be some exclusives and deluxe offerings, including the first ever playset in the G.I.JOE Classified line, the Cobra Defense Perimeter, and Trench Viper. Then there's the Cobra Claw, a Slice and Dice 2-pack, the Oz Striker and Driver Crankcase, as well as Heavy Duty, Law and Order, a Firefighter from the Legacy Collection, and the Cobra Rattler. The 2025 Classified Series lineup is already looking stacked with heavy hitters, fan favorites, and some surprises. Today we're going to rate and review the next upcoming releases and some of the latest ones.
And we're going to kick this off with Xandar. Dex, I want to get your reaction right off the bat.
This figure looks amazing.
Right.
Like all the different details he has everywhere, the tattoos, the sculpting, the face paint. Everything about it's good.
And this is a figure that a lot of people have been waiting for since Classified first began. We got Zartan pretty early on, then Zarana, and then there was a long wait. And a lot of collectors were wondering, what about Xandar? Well, here we've got him, but the ultimate master of stealth on the Cobra side is here at last. There's no color-changing skin, but it doesn't matter because when he looks this good, I think we're happy.
Yeah, it's mostly inspired by the original.
Yeah. But with a few modern updates, and I actually like it. And if you don't like it, guess what? You can take off that vest, the secondary gear that he's got, and you'll see the vintage Xandar right there. Now, Xandar's shoulder pads have intricate sculpting, and those aren't just skulls on his shoulders, those are demon skulls.
His accessories are a spear gun, a handgun, a dagger, a blade, and a backpack with straps. Xandar is a showstopper.
I know, I'm excited about this guy. I can't wait to get him, but Dex, just give me a lowdown here. Are you interested in this guy?
Yeah, he looks amazing. I love the head sculpt on him. It's so much better than Road Pig's. It does not look cartoony.
Taking shots at Road Pig already, but I'll give it to you. The flowing hair, the headband, the tattoos, the face paint. This guy's the complete package, and I love that we finally got him. I think this is what we want as Classified collectors. Now, let's get to the grading on this. What would you give Xandar out of 10?
I'm going to give him a 9. Because he comes with a lot of accessories. He looks good, but he doesn't come with like a vehicle or anything.
Does he need a vehicle, do you think?
I'm only going to give 10s if it's an amazing figure with hundreds of accessories, or a vehicle, or like 4 pets.
Or 4 pets. Oh my god. Well, Dex has given his wish list right here and sending a strong message to Hasbro about what he wants. You know what? My original ranking for this when we first saw the first images of Xandar, I think I gave him an 8 out of 10. I'm going to bump that up because as time has gone by, I've really appreciated this. So I'm going to give him an 8.8. And even then, I still feel like it might go up over time. Next up, we're going to talk about a figure that I like a lot. Saw Viper. This guy is badass. I love this guy.
Yeah.
And I am excited.
That chainsaw looks awesome.
Now, not everyone likes that they threw it in there, but we're having fun. It's G.I. Joe. It doesn't have to be super serious,
It's a Saw Viper. Of course you need a chainsaw with it. What are you going to have, a machete?
Now let's kick this off by saying 90% of Saw Viper's parts are brand new. A lot of people rag on G.I. Joe for the reuse and the repaints, but that's not the case here. In fact, they took what worked with the original and then added more armor on him, beefed him up, tacked him out, and this is what we get. I love this. I don't know how anyone could have a problem with this figure because this is a deadly looking troop builder. And you talked about the chainsaw. I'm going to talk about that machine gun, because the rest of that weapon, oh my god, that is so perfect for this guy. I do agree with you. I like that they threw a little handsaw on the end of it, just for fun. And I think Lenny from the G.I. Joe team has said a few times, hey, he's a saw viper. You know we're just going to throw a saw in there, have a little fun with it, and I'm glad they did. Now that can be removed. We're seeing it right here in this image. He's holding it in his hand. It can also be attached back onto the gun. I love it. The helmet is removable, and it's a great head sculpt, because here we got the balaclava with a headset that's sculpted into the head, and in the end, we end up with a fantastic looking Cobra figure. Dex, what's your overall impression of Saw Viper?
It's a really good figure. It looks so wicked. All the weapons he has. I love the saw. I don't care what anyone says. It looks awesome. The helmet looks really cool. Yeah, it's an amazing figure.
Yeah, I love that neon green visor right there. Like, it pops. It's signature. It's got to come with the Saw Viper. But I think he looks just as good without the helmet on. Yeah. So this is a great troop builder. Load up your Cobra army with tons of these guys. Helmet on or off. It's all good. Now let's get to the grades. Dex, what do you give Saw Viper out of 10?
I'd have to give him an 8.5.
Okay, I'm giving him a solid 9. That was my original score. I'm keeping it there. So that's a great figure, and we are rolling here. So let's get to the next one. Leatherneck, the rugged-looking Marine drill sergeant. He's got 5 o'clock shadow here, and this is definitely based on the figure from the 80s. They didn't change it a whole lot. Very loyal.
Here are some of the accessories Leatherneck comes with. He has some shooting glasses, a backpack. He comes with a set of extra hands, and an M16 rifle. And it has a grenade launcher on it. It's the same as Snow Serpent.
And that hat is removable. And underneath that hat, I mean, this guy looks like he owns a hardware store or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, he looks rugged.
He's a cool figure, but I'm not impressed by him. He seems a bit plain to me. He seems like other guys. I would prefer the 60th anniversary guys instead.
Now that is a good point, Dex, because with all the new 60th anniversary figures that are coming out, especially I'm thinking Halo Jumper and the Action Marine Sniper, Leatherneck would fit in very well with them, almost like a leader, right? And he's a drill sergeant.
So what are you going to rate him out of 10?
I'm going to stick with my original rating from when we first saw the images of Leatherneck. I gave him an 8 out of 10 there, and I'm going to stick to the 8 out of 10. I think it's a good quality figure, but as you sort of alluded to, a little on the basic side, but also that's Leatherneck, right? He's more personality driven than flashy. How about you? What would you give Leatherneck out of 10?
I think I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Good figure, just bit plain.
Yeah, and that's an appropriate score. I like that. Next up is Dial Tone. This is a guy that I want to get your take on, Dex, because I like him a lot. He's very popular with G.I. Joe fans.
He looks like he's from Star Wars, in my opinion. I don't think he fits G.I. Joe at all. For the sci-fi sort of guys, like sci-fi, that looks futuristic. This guy seems like what they think that people were going to be like nowadays, but like he dresses like he was from the 80s.
Fair enough. Now that's surprising to hear because I know you like tech and gadgets, and this guy is loaded with them, right?
It just doesn't make much sense.
Maybe you just don't like the character or what he's wearing, but let's talk about the gadgets and the accessories and that backpack. Do you have a different opinion there, or what?
It just does not seem very futuristic to me, in my opinion. It looks like old. It looks like he has like these old like telephone things. It's like his backpack is a giant telephone booth strapped to his back.
You know, as futuristic as this is supposed to be, you're right. It does look like he's got some old equipment on there.
And you need something to like place it down on. You can't just like put it on the ground because then you need to be like laying down to use it.
Some of his accessories, though, include the backpack, right? And that's his signature backpack, that comms device, a cell phone or a tablet, and that can attach both onto his holster on the belt and then also onto his firearm. He has a Soundwave device that I think will probably reappear with Psych Out. When it comes to looking like the character, Dial Tone absolutely nails it. This is Dial Tone through and through. I'm a fan of this. I think it looks really good. If you like Dial Tone and you've been waiting for him, you're likely excited for him.
For the ratings, I would give him a 7.5. Really cool accessories, just think they look ancient.
Well, I'm going to give Dial Tone an 8 out of 10. Overall, solid score. There's a lot of 8s here, but it's a really solid wave. Classic characters, modernized. You still have the touches of vintage that people are going to appreciate. I think overall, this is one of the strongest waves we've seen in quite a while for Classified.
I just wish he had cooler looking glasses. Like if he had futuristic glasses instead of a tablet that attaches to his gun, Like, you have to look at the tablet then. He should be able to, like, see in the distance, like Boba Fett stuff.
That's a good point. So you're saying have everything on the tablet, but in the glasses that he wears,
like the Boba Fett glasses, where you can like shoot rocket launchers by just looking at it.
That's pretty cool. That would be good. All right, well, we've got some ideas here that we're throwing the way of the Hasbro team. Maybe those can appear in some other type of iteration of a character that's similar to Dial Tone.
Next up, Starduster.
Back in the 80s, it was a mail-away exclusive. I see you shaking your head already. I'll give you the floor. What do you want to say, Dex?
It's a waste of an exclusive. It's just a Duke repaint that looks horrible.
Okay, you're not far off from my opinion. It feels like you're a little stronger on that side. Why don't you elaborate? How do you feel about this figure?
No clue why they have a cereal box. Have an action figure like Sergeant Slaughter instead. No one wants a cereal box. No one can read a cereal box without glasses. No one wants that. And why is his jetpack actually activated right now? That is definitely not safe. And how's it not flying off?
I didn't even notice that in that image. Yeah, you're right. And he comes with a very special helmet that I like a lot. It looks really good and it stands out. What do you think of that?
I think it looks cool, but my question is, does he come with those rocks that are in every diorama shot?
Oh my god. Would you like them?
I would like if they had some like set of bricks in there. That would actually be pretty cool. It'd be better than a box of cereal. What would you rate him out of 10?
I've made it clear that I'm not a big fan of this. I understand why it's special to some people, and it was special to me when I was a kid, but then I didn't get it, and I guess I moved on because I just don't care about this guy right now. But I understand that a lot of people out there didn't get him back in the 80s. This is your first opportunity. I hope that anyone who wanted this guy got him, but I'm not one of them. I passed on this figure. I initially gave it a 5 out of 10. I'm going to stick with my rating of 5 out of 10. Nothing bad here. It's a good solid figure. It's basically Retro Duke with a new head. That's a solid figure. I think people are going to be very happy with this, but again, it's not for me. But how about you? What would you give Starduster out of 10?
Not a fan of the figure. Don't like it. It's just a repaint of Duke. The cereal box, I don't know why you'd want a paper one. Make it out of plastic.
That's a fair point.
I'm not going to be too harsh right here because I don't want to give it like too low a 1. So I'll give it a 1 out of 10.
Oh my god. You didn't want to go too low, right? Okay.
If you're enjoying this, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed.
Next up, let's have some fun here. We got digital renders of upcoming figures, and we're going to start with the Cobra Claw and the Cobra Pilot. That's a Cobra Valkyrie repaint. Dex, first impressions, what do you think?
This looks amazing. Love the Uzi that it comes with. The pistol is amazing. It has a suppressor with it. Then, no clue what that other gun is that it comes with, but I like it already.
Yeah.
Because it has different colors. It's not just all one color. I like that it comes with 3 different head sculpts and then 2 blast effects. Also, the claw is articulated, which is very good, and it has missiles on it, which is amazing because I love having missiles. And it has wheels too, so you can like roll it around things, and I'm pretty sure it fits most guys besides for like Road Pig.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna assume that the bigger, larger molds don't go with this.
Like most of the guys, like Duke and those sort of guys will fit.
Yeah.
But it looks like an amazing figure. I can't wait for it to actually come out.
Is this better, the same, or worse than you were expecting when they announced Cobra Claw?
Better. I thought it wasn't going to be that good. I thought it was going to be like really small and tiny with no articulation.
Exactly. That's where I was going to go. I didn't think there'd be articulation in the wings. You've even got like lights on the very front of it, right? On the nose of the glider.
And I'm pretty sure you can like stay inside of it and also hang on it like a glider.
Yes, there are handles there.
If I was in that, I would not want to be hanging from that. I'd be strapped in no matter what. I think the thing on her arm though is from the Hiss tank.
Yeah, it does sort of look like that, doesn't it? For the Cobra Claw and the Cobra Pilot combined, what would you give that out of 10?
I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Looks amazing. All the accessories it comes with, the guns, and I love the glider. It's just amazing with the wheels and everything. Amazing.
I'm going to give it a 9.8 because I think the head sculpts are going to really, really steal the show here. You're going to have a lot of different looks, and if people are going to be army building this, oh my goodness. That trooper right there, that's a great one. That's a keeper.
Next up, Law and Order.
Yeah, baby.
This looks awesome. I can't wait to get the handcuffs, though. And they actually colored this Uzi, so it's going to look so nice.
And not just that. The nightstick has somewhere to go. There's a nightstick holder right there on the waist. Shockwave didn't get that, and Mutt didn't get that either. But now Law and Order, thankfully, has somewhere to put that nightstick. Can I talk about the vest? I love this vest.
It looks awesome. The badge on it and like the walkie-talkie, that's pretty cool.
When you make a military police officer or any kind of police officer, they've got to come with this vest. That's real life right there. I love it. The badge, look at the sculpting. I can't wait until we get this in person so I can really take a good look at the badge. This is awesome. We haven't even seen him with his helmet off yet either. But that head sculpt already looks good. Now, some people out there have already been telling us that Law looks a lot like me. I don't think so. I appreciate that. I take that as a compliment because this was one of my all-time favorite G.I. Joe characters. I think he looks closer to you, Dex. What do you think?
I think it looks more like you.
Okay, well, either way, if it does look like either of us, that's great because I love this guy. I've been waiting so long. He's been on every single one of my wish lists. I love this guy.
I like all the different hands he comes with. I love having extra hands to like pop on and off so you can do different things with them instead of just the trigger the whole time.
And especially when he's got hands that go well with his pet companion here.
Yep.
And let's get to that guy. Order.
It looks amazing. He's got the little cover for his head.
What a great looking German Shepherd this is. I think this guy's my all-time favorite animal for G.I. Joe. What is your reaction to this order?
This is the perfect pet for G.I. Joe. There's nothing else I could ask for.
Especially with that attack dog face. I thought they could have done a little more aggression with Raucus. The fangs are bearing. This is perfect. Just like you said, Dex. Dex, out of 10, what would you give Law & Order?
I'd give him a 9. Really good figure. Love the accessories. Amazing figure. What would you rate him out of 10?
That's easy. 9.9. It's as high as you get without hitting 10, right? That's this guy for me. I was waiting for him since day one. As a kid, probably was my favorite figure for the longest period of time. I can't say enough good things about this. 9.9 out of 10. Let us know your reaction to Law & Order. Next up is a deluxe figure, Heavy Duty. You heard about it here first on Viper Island. We broke the news a while back at the start of the year, and wow.
It looks amazing. My favorite thing is the bull necklace. That's amazing.
It looks so good, right? It looks like it's made of real gold, too. They've got a little shine on it. He's got a laser sight sort of eyewear that he puts on as well. That's going to pair so well with that big missile launcher device thing that he's wearing. Oh
yeah.
My God. They took what worked back with him back in the day and then modernized it.
It looks amazing.
Gave it a lot of battle damage.
I can't wait to see it.
It looks like it's straight out of a video game. And when you really think about G.I. Joe with the sci-fi elements, I think this guy kind of represents G.I. Joe better than almost anyone else can. Overall, I'm really impressed.
Yeah. I like how his grenade launchers can actually pop off and you can use them as actual weapons.
Yeah, it's a nice touch, right? So you got the big heavy-duty mech suit, and then those.
Yeah.
Oh, can't wait for this.
Now, what would you rate him out of 10?
I'm going to give Heavy Duty a 9 out of 10. But I might increase that in the future. Because I think once I get this guy in hand, I'm going to be blown away, and I'll be saying, oh, this is the best figure ever.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm going to give him a 9.5. I love that. I hope that it's amazing, like that grenade launcher thing that he has on him. I hope it, like, is... If it works for other guys, they might be a 10 out of 10.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, this should definitely work on a lot of guys. The attention to detail all over this guy, with the ripped sleeves and everything, like not just straight cutoffs. I appreciate that attention to detail. I love this guy.
And next, Nemesis Immortal. This guy looks huge.
Can you believe that this is what we're getting now?
I know, it looks insane.
Holy, those wings alone. I mean, the figure. We'll get into the figure. Let's talk about those wings. Dex, do you ever imagine that Nemesis Immortal looked this good?
It looks so good. Those swords are amazing.
What about those wings?
Yeah.
Look how detailed they are.
And it looks like they have articulation on them, too.
They do. This guy's going to look really cool. I can't wait until he's not even in flying mode, just standing there with the wings folded behind him. He already looks imposing. He's possibly one of the biggest figures in the line. I'm assuming he's going to be around the same size as Serpentor. But wow. I mean, ideally, he should be bigger than all of the characters in G.I. Joe, right? He should be almost at a different scale. And 2 different head sculpts. What do you think of them? You got the classic one, and then more of a comic style one.
I think it goes well with him. Both of them look really good on him, no matter what. This figure will be really cool to see in person. Can't wait to see him.
Let us know your thoughts and reactions to this guy in the comments below. We've seen images of this guy for several months, but when this guy's released, think this could be one of the biggest, most in-demand figures of the entire year. Even more than some of the vehicles, possibly. So, this is going to be a star, and I can't wait for it. But Dex, let's get your reaction here. What would you give it out of 10? From what we've seen so far.
9.5, and that might go higher for what I see about it later.
I think that's safe and appropriate. I'm going to give it a 9.5 with the option to increase it as well. This guy's going to look amazing. I can't wait. So I'm impressed with this guy, and I think a lot of G.I. Joe fans are going to be really buzzing about this guy upon his release. Can't wait. This is going to be great. Any final thoughts, Dex, on all these upcoming figures for the fall?
I just can't wait for them to actually be released. They're going to be so wicked to see in person.
And which one stands out to you the most? I mean, I know there's a lot of different ones.
Nemesis Immortal. That's...
Yeah? More than the Cobra Claw.
Yep.
More than Heavy Duty. These are heavy hitters. We are being spoiled right now. 2024 got off to a little bit of a slow start, but man, things picked up, and look where we are now. This is awesome, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I think we're in for a really good 2025.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
And there you have it. You've made it to the end of this episode, and we really appreciate that. Thumbs up down below. And we would love it even more if you take just 1 second of your time. Make sure that down below you are subscribed to the channel. We ask that you do, because that guarantees that we definitely get to see you back here again next time. Thanks for tuning into Viper Island, your one-stop shop for all things G.I. Joe. When there's relevant news, we'll be here to discuss all of it, together with you. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, have a great day, and yo Joe!